Welcome back to Given Chances Farm. Today we're going to be going through the hives and making sure they have enough resources to make it through this stretch of cold and rain that we got coming through again. We've had a pretty big temperature swing here. Yesterday morning at 6 a.m. it was 65 degrees already for the day, and then we got about an inch or so of rain and brought in the colder temperatures. This morning when we woke up it was about 35 degrees, so a little bit of a difference in the temperature swing. So what we're going to do today is we're going to start with the dead outs that we found when we were doing the treatments and see what resources are left in those hives, and then when we're going through the surviving colonies we'll pull resources from these dead outs to put in there to the surviving ones. As you can notice, we used bricks to kind of block most of the entrance. The day that we found these were dead, so. Just a little bit of crystallines on in there. Right there's some of the cluster. It's full of honey. Both sides is full. They were working on that side, but it's still half a frame, and that side's got just a little bit on it. Definitely usable feed sources in here. Yeah, you're still, that side's crystallized. So is that, but they can use it, you know. Yeah.
Mostly.
Yep. And then we got that side there's got some crystallized stuff on it, but this side's mostly still capped. So, and there's still part of a patty on this one even. There's the queen. Right there, she's marked.
Yeah.
So, right there, I don't know if the camera can see it or not. Hold on a second, I'll get Brittany to grab the camera off the tripod, but that little red dot at the end of my hive tool is our marked queen.
Okay, she's in.
Right there. And that would have been one of them that we
We grafted.
grafted and marked last year, so. But the clusters here, there is some crystallized honey right there beside them. On that side, she's here, and the clusters here, and there's crystallized honey right there beside them. So I'm venturing to guess they had a virus that we didn't catch last year.
Alright, we're gonna open up. This skid is Taylor's and Michaela's hive, so we're
This
gonna.
one's Taylor's and that one's Michaela's.
He's gonna be getting in Taylor's right now.
And they are busy. And they're doing good. The pollen pad is still there.
So basically what we could do is we'll split the two boxes and lift that top box just to check the weight on them. And that will allow us to figure out how much food that they kind of have still left.
Pretty light. That one's pretty light.
Wow.
But that is also being Taylor's hive. We added that
Towards the end of the year.
towards the end, yeah. Because theirs were late splits, if I remember right. So we'll probably look at adding a few resources to that. I'm gonna try and get back in here and I'll check the outer frames. That's the thing that I just now remembered we didn't bring out here with
We
us.
didn't bring the smoker.
They're not gonna like me moving stuff around in here. Yep, that one's pretty empty. Okay.
know, I'm gonna try and
frame
push
over
it.
Alright, so we added a frame of honey to Taylor's hive. And they still got a pollen patty in there, so between the two of those, that will buy us plenty of time to get through depending on which news channel you watch, and also using the WeatherBug app on our phone. The WeatherBug app only says, first of the next week we've got a couple days in a row of rain possible, but one of the local weather channels, said there's a possibility of rain from Sunday through Thursday. So, depending on which one of them you want to believe, but I figure if we try to prepare for the worst, hope for the best kind of mentality, it should give the bees the best chance. So if they have to go back to staying in the hive because it's raining and a little bit cooler, they've got something to eat. So
now we're gonna go through Michaela's.
But definitely plenty of activity out at Taylor's hive. I'm pleased with it. Michaela's hive looks pretty good as well. They are up in that top box, so I'm just going to go ahead and assume that they're running a little bit low as well. So I'm going to go for this outside one. Yep. And it does have, it's got a little bit of cap honey on it, not much, and some pollen, but I would rather replace that with a honey frame right now because they've got a pollen patty there.
And we will also do probably the lift test just to see.
Slide that down in there. I'll step back so we're going to slide it in there. There we go. Put this in. I'm just going to leave that down. There.
It was a little thicker than the other frame was, so.
Yep.
Hold on a second, let me get this little bit that was taken off of the frame. Back your way.
And Dolly still got capped honey on that side.
Don't look like there's any, maybe a little bit. I'm just gonna guess that where they're at, that's probably where all the honey's at.
I'm just gonna go ahead and change that one out.
Okay.
It does have a little bit, but not much. Okay.
We'll go to the second one in.
Okay. Yeah, we'll change this one instead. is. It's got the frame rest. Okay.
Get out of there. Otherwise, you're gonna be locked in.
And yeah, they've got a little bit of weight to them. This one here is one that we were worried about when we did the treatment. That's why it's got the brick upright. So we'll take a look at it and see. Pretty small cluster. So we'll see. They were right there last time, and I think we ended up losing them because I don't see them now.
There's a couple coming up.
Yeah. But I don't remember the dead bees along the front up here. So we'll look through this box and see.
There's like 3 of them I see. It came out.
Definitely got everything propolized. Plenty of honey there. Take that one out of the way for a minute. Go through and see. We got some other problems on this one we got to fix too. The entrance is all clogged.
That's got capped honey.
That's got capped honey. As of right now, I'm not really seeing any bees.
That's got capped honey.
Speak of. Huh.
There's some capped honey.
I'm starting to think we lost this one. Come on, that one.
Just careful on that one because that's got the treatment.
And that was the cluster right there that just started falling. It was like,
A handful.
we'll just hold that one for a second. Make sure we're not just getting robbers out of the hive next to it. I'm not seeing any there either.
There was the winter patty down below.
Yep, I think we lost this one. Yep. I'm not seeing enough activity in this one to call anything. And these are all full. Okay, well, for now we're going to go ahead and pull the treatments. No sense in having a treatment in there when there aren't any viable bees in there. Okay, get this frame back in here. So we got a whole nother box here of feed supplies.
That's the rest of the.
Yep. And that's the rest of the cluster right there. So we did end up losing this hive as well. So, which we thought we would. So, alrighty. Well, we're going to continue going through the rest of the hives and see what we got. Alright, so we ended up finishing going through the rest of our hives. And the 2 that we were questionable when we did the treatment, we did end up losing both of them. So it cost us about $12 to give it a try, so not that big a deal in the grand scheme of things. If we could have, it was about $6 per hive for those apivore treatments. So really, honestly, if we could have saved one of those queens that had been worth $40 to us. So well worth the chance of the treatments, in my opinion. We kind of knew the ultimate goal, but wasn't like we really put that much resources into it. So
And hence our name of the farm. So
yeah, our farm name's Giving Chances, and that's what we did. We give them a chance. It still didn't work, but we at least tried. So sorry, I'm trying to get undressed at the same time because
it's hot.
even though it's kind of cool out and this is supposed to be a ventilated suit, it was just barely 40 degrees when we started this, and the sun's come out, and I'm going to venture to guess the temperature's come up with it. So
Yeah, I don't know if it's still alive or if it's a dead one, but right there on the bottom of the leg.
okay.
I think it's dead.
Yeah, it's dead. Okay, so anyways, so we went into winter with 26 hives, and as of last week, we come out with 22, knowing that the other two were kind of on their last leg. So we ended up with 20. Still better results than some in our bee club has had. Not quite. You know, there's always going to be some loss there. We can't save them all.
Wish we could,
But not too bad for us only being, honestly, May 4th will be the end of our second year doing this, so I don't feel that that's too bad of numbers there. Like I said, there was plenty of people in our bee club that's been doing this a whole lot longer than us, and are losing, 10, 12 hives a season. So, or over the winter at least. So, and they continue to do it because, they basically say the only options at this point is either buy bees or sell equipment. So they don't feel like they're ready to sell equipment yet, so they're buying bees again. But we're kind of in the other direction right now. Now we're tossing those numbers around as to do we grow more this year for a second apiary, or do we stay with what we have, make some splits, make some nukes, and sell off some of the nukes. We're not sure exactly because we're still trying to establish our customer base when it comes to honey as well. So we've still got honey, and we had 13 productive colonies last year, and we still have honey left from that to sell. So if we can get all 20 of these as productive colonies this year, then that's going to be more honey we're going to have to find an outlet for. So we may stay put as far as numbers are concerned. We'll make some nukes, sell off some of them because we do have a demand for them. We've had multiple people asking us that they want to buy some nukes from us. So either way it goes, whether we're selling them or we're expanding, the next step for us as the weather changes is to build these colonies up that we can pull some nukes off of them. With talking with our mentors last year and then talking with them again at the start of this year, we can pull off enough for a couple of 5-frame nukes off of each colony as long as they're strong enough and not ever affect the honey flow off of them. So as long as we do it in the right manner and at the right time. So I don't know so much that I want to go 2 off of each one, but I mean, at least if we can get a couple of nukes off of some of them, and depending on, because I'd like to have, at least 8 to 10 nukes to stay here. That way we can use like we did last year when we've got a colony that's struggling. We can use the nucleus colony to fill in the gaps and make sure that that colony is strong enough to make it through the winter. So, but taking the splits and making the nucleus colonies can help us prevent some of the swarm issues that a lot of people had last year, and even we had a couple of them. But we knew we were toggling that line last year on a few of the hives that actually did swarm, and that's because we were keeping them packed out on purpose, because we were using those to build our new queens. So and there's a fine line there, and some of them we caught just in time, and others we were about a day late, but there wasn't much I could do about it. I was at work on the day that they swarmed, so but that's part of it. So we hope you guys enjoy the videos. If there's something about beekeeping that you're interested in and you want to see a video about it, comment that down below. Also check out a lot of our playlists from our first year, and that'll kind of show you some of the mistakes we made, some of the things that we did, some of the things that we've tried over the years, how we do things around here. Like I said, just because we do it doesn't mean that's the only way to do it. We do a few things around here that our mentors don't, but that doesn't mean that we haven't talked to them to see if they've tried it first, and if they have, what their results was. And two, we look at, well, if you haven't tried it, if we try it, what do you think the results might be? And then let's go see what they are. So some things have worked out for us, some things haven't. So I mean, everything you do has some kind of response to it, so we just have to be able to figure out whether we can fix it or not if something happens. So, but hope you guys enjoy spending time with us. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share on social media with all your family and friends, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.